What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about um, if you're always single, or like how to overcome the feelings of being alone, or like craving a romantic partner or romantic interest. How to overcome the feeling of like wanting that connection, right? How to overcome the feeling of like just craving, just being. If you always want to be with someone, right? But like it seems to not work, then you're always like it's always bothering you in some way. Or how to like be comfortable being single or being alone, or being by yourself. It's not alone, but being within yourself, right? Um, and how to view it from a higher perspective. So let's get to it. So how you gotta look at it is this. Well, first, obviously, you gotta take action. You gotta put yourself out there, so you can show the universe or life that you're actually taking action. You're taking the right steps, right? But more so, more so, how to detach from the feeling of it. So, for example, right? You gotta view life as like something that's not personal. So the reason why I could say this again, well, maybe for me, may not work for you. There are times where like I'll mind my own business, I'll just do my own thing, and then out of nowhere, I'll come across a romantic connection, right? And usually, I was even like trying to manifest it, or like I wasn't trying to attract it, right? Obviously, it's always good to attract a partner that's for your life, right? But more so, it's about like because usually with all the connections I was able to attract and get, it always didn't work out, or it was always like a karmic connection and always end horribly, right? That involved me learning tough lessons and tough situations, right? And it will end up in bad heartbreak, right? And with all these connections, I'll look back and like I didn't even force it. I didn't even like it just came towards me. It just came in my path. And I've seen people also were like they able to manifest or attract a partner that just magically came into their lives. Like someone, I knew someone that he met his girlfriend, and they were neighbors. They're fucking neighbors, right? So that's where I'm getting at. Like, so there's a spirit. I feel like there's a spiritual side to it. So like that works for me because like before, like I hope this makes sense, because before I used to trip about it. I used to be like, man, like why am I always single? Why am I always alone? Like am I gonna be alone my whole life? Am I gonna be single my whole life? But no, you just gotta look at it like this. If the universe or life or spirit, if they're able to attract a a partner, even if it's like a karmic partner, even if it's like a partner that's not right for you, so you can learn lessons. Even if that was the case, just the fact that it came to your life, that shows that life or the universe or spirit, they could bring someone into your life, good or bad. So that's why for me, I don't even trip about it. Obviously, I'm still a human. I still crave a romantic connection, but it's more so like whenever I find myself single or craving a connection, I'd be like, man, I don't even trip about it, or like, I mean, it still bothers me, but I'm like, well, I'll talk to myself. I'm like, man, I don't even trip about it, or like, man, it's right. Don't take it personal, because I am gonna manifest. I'm gonna attract a partner that's right for me, that's good for me. They are gonna come to my life, and I ain't gotta do no type of like shit. Obviously makes sense. Like obviously put yourself out there, take action. But why I'm saying is like I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna force it, because there's times in my life where is attracting partners to me, and I didn't even force anything. Obviously, all these connections I had that were romantic, obviously it was all karmic, and it all ended horribly, right? And it caused a lot of heartbreak, stress, and chaos, right? So I couldn't learn lessons. But just the fact that they came into my life, it shows that like I shouldn't really trip about it, or I shouldn't really force anything. Because if life is able to manifest connections that are good or bad for you, I mean, that are bad for you, then then also I'm pretty sure the universe or life will also manifest the connections that are good for you, right? Especially romantic connections. So don't even trip about it. So this is why you gotta find your purpose, and a lot of people talk about this: the importance of finding your purpose, finding your passions, being in the right alignment, doing what you gotta do, so you can keep yourself occupied. And shout out to Chauncey One, because he mentioned that like when Chauncey One on his YouTube channel, he mentioned that like once you're in the right alignment, or like once you're following your purpose, or you're taking the right steps to do what you got to do, that you're put here to be, that you're put here to do, by the time you get it, you're not gonna even trip about it. And shout out to Chauncey One, because he did mention that, and he's right. Once you're on your purpose, once you're in the right alignment, once you're doing your things that you need to do to become great, you're not going to even worry about if you're going to be in a connection or be in a relationship, because it's going to be given to you. So, and shout out to him, obviously, and he's right. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. obviously as human beings, we're still gonna crave a connection. So you can still be around alignment. You can still crave a connection, but like you're not gonna trip about it as much. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what I'm getting at. Like, so if you're always single, if you're always alone, don't even worry about it, man. Like, just I know it sucks. I know it feels kind of discouraging, you know, but just know that like if you're single, if you're single and alone for a reason. It's not a good thing, you know. I mean it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, you know. It's just it is what it is. So like, um, if you're not able to manifest a romantic partner, then more than likely you're meant to work on yourself. You're meant to discover yourself and do a lot of soul searching. People think that when you're soul searching or trying to know more about yourself, it's a short-term process. No, it's a long-term process because you're always constantly growing and evolving. So like, don't even worry about it. And knowing that, but patience pays. So the longer you wait, and it's not like you're being patient, you're waiting, and you're being lazy. No, don't do that. Like, because you're not gonna manifest anything. But if you're more so like patient, and if you give it time while taking action, taking the right steps to better yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially, and not only that, but like you're also trying to find your purpose. You're trying to take action. You're trying to be in the right alignment to follow your life's mission and life's purpose. Eventually, you will manifest or attract a partner that's good for you, right? So if you're single and you're alone watching this, don't even trip about it. Like, it's not personal. It's not personal at all. If anything, it's a good thing. That means you have all the freedom and time to work on yourself. And even if you are safe, even if you are financially stable here and there, don't even trip about it. Just don't take it personal. And I'm not saying don't take action or like don't do anything. Obviously, take action. Put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Eat, like, what's the saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. So obviously, take action. Do what you got to do. Put yourself out there to meet your romantic partner, or put yourself out there to date around and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that like if it's not working in your favor, don't trip about it. Like don't worry pretty much, because eventually you will get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people like. This is why I get in the spiritual community, and people talk about twin flames, soulmates, karmic soulmates, and they all mention that like they just magically fucking met them, right? That's what I'm getting at. Life is gonna basically magically throw people into your path without you even realizing it, and then next thing you know, you two became like romantic partners, or now you're dating that person, and now you're not single, you're taken. So it's stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you view life in a spiritual way, or like if you view life in a spiritual perspective, I feel like it'll give you such a huge edge in life. And spiritual, like, is how life is. Like, the more you know about spirituality the right way, because there are a lot of misinformation. Again, I don't know too much. I'm just study a lot, but like if you know a lot of information, it's like you're gonna view life a lot different. Like you're gonna be less like you're going to take life less personal. Obviously, take life seriously, so you can do the things that you gotta do to become great. But knowing more about spirituality, it won't make you it won't make you take things personally, and it would be easier for you to look at things from a higher perspective. This is why when if you're meeting like a friend or a family member, and if you two fall out, or if you two got into like a huge argument, or you two just don't gel well, or you two just don't fit in with each other, if you don't know about spirituality, you're probably gonna think like, oh, this person doesn't like me, or like, oh, there's always drama and conflicts. But if you know about spirituality, you're gonna view this situation as like, oh, maybe we're both vibrating at different frequencies, and the reason why we're going through arguments and fights is so life is trying to teach us to learn certain lessons about ourselves and about our connection, so we can evolve, grow, become better individuals. And if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. If we're meant to be in each other's lives, then we're meant to be. If we're not, then it just means the universe or life or God has something better planned for us, and we're meant to learn lessons so we can evolve and grow, become a better versions of ourselves. So that's what I'm getting at. The more you know about spirituality. Same thing if you're single, or if you're having a hard time finding a romantic partner. If you like keep getting rejected, or like you can't, or you always find yourself alone, just view it as like, okay, life, my higher self, my spirit, or God, they wanna the reason why they put me isolated is because maybe I'm not meant to be in a specific relationship just yet, because I'm meant to learn more about myself. I'm meant to find my purpose. I'm meant to become great. I'm meant to heal my inner child wounds or trauma, or like I'm meant to better myself physically, financially, mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta view this situation. So if you're always single, don't even trip about it. It's not personal at all. You just meant for certain things, and once you get those things, you're able to get a relationship. And sometimes it's not that. Maybe sometimes you just meant to just relax and just enjoy yourself and know more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you get it, not only you'll be prepared, but like you'll be ready, and like you'll be more mature, and like things gonna work in your favor versus you trying to rush it and like it's not working in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So patience pays is what they say. So and obviously still take action too. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I know about spirituality, I'm just gonna sit back. No, know about spirituality, but also take action, and that's how you're able to get the things you want. But yeah, well, hope this video helps. And have a good one. Peace.